ball hit in the air to left field. That's deep. Back goes Chavez back near the wall, leaping, and he made the catch. He took a home run away from Roland, trying to get back to first Edmonds. He's doubled off, and the inning is over. Andy Chavez saved the day.
Eli throwing into traffic on the sideline. They're going to rule it a catch by Manningham. Sanchez, corner of the end zone. Punt! For the second time today, Santonio Holmes on the receiving end of a touchdown. This one with 10 seconds to play.
This is WHPC Sports Talk on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
Well, that was a wild weekend in the world of sports. Like we said it would be, but who better than WHPC Sports Talk to break it all down for you on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. Joshua Umahi, your host for today, joined by Erik Williams, Nico Each, and Ross Levine. Hey, Ross.
Yeah, the Giants look pretty good. They're 5-1. I'm happy about that.
Really?
I'm happy.
I can't hear
like,
the enthusiasm in your
Well,
your
again, I'm not changing my expectations. I'm not going to do that until the year's over. And then as years go on, I'll think of it more highly of the team. But right now, I'm not going to change it. I learned my lesson. I'm not doing that because I did that with the Mets. They blew in my face.
I see what this is.
So I'm not doing
playing
that.
Playing it safe. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. 5-1 team, you still got to play it safe. I respect it. Yeah. But, it's a day of celebration for Giants fans and Jets fans. The football teams here in New York just keep it rolling. The Jets to the expense of Nico Each's Packers. Mm-hmm. What happened? What happened?
Packers suck, Josh. I mean, they suck. Matt LaFleur, a bitch. Aaron Rodgers, a bitch.
Then we saw it early, huh? Okay.
Everyone, a bitch. I mean, they all suck.
It certainly appeared that way on yesterday.
Yeah,
it did.
Oh my God!
You know what? I got to give you credit because I thought you were just being a little dramatic. Like you lost that game to the Giants in London. Like, oh, it's gonna be okay. RELAX, as Corey David likes to say. Like, y'all will be fine. And then it was not fine in Lambeau Field.
It was terrible.
Yeah, that's not great. Not great. If it gives you any solace, my team, the New Orleans Saints lost, and Erik Williams Cowboys. We're all losers today. Except Ross over there, who's playing it safe with his expectations.
Third place teams.
That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing now. All right. Erik, what you got to say?
It's time for Dak to come back, and it's just at the perfect time.
Yeah, it is. It's the Cooper Rush experiment. Listen, he did his job. 4-1 as a starter. Coming in to back up Dak Prescott. That's all you can ask for from a backup quarterback. But he was never a starter. For anybody that likes to stir up controversy on Fox Sports, Skip Bayless, Cooper Rush. Watch out for Cooper Rush. Nah, we saw what it is. But like we said, if y'all had Dak Prescott and Cooper Rush just made one less mistake, y'all probably would have won that game. But not to be. The Eagles are undefeated. Like I said, insane weekend, and not just football in the NFL, in the world of sports. I watched one of the greatest college football games I've ever seen. Damn, Erik took another L. That's crazy.
Well, listen, 3 L's in the same weekend.
Yeah, your Dodgers, bro.
That's rough, man. That's really rough.
Me personally.
Yeah, I hope y'all had me on suicide watch.
You'll be NBA season's right around the corner. Your Phoenix Suns will. Oh wait.
No, because
an NBL team, bro.
NBL team.
You know, I hope it will turn around for you, Erik. I like you. I don't want to see you all down in the dumps and everything. I want to see you coming in there happy and hype. So listen, your football team's still what, 5-2, 4-2, 4-2. You still got a good thing going. Oh, we got a caller already. I wonder who this could be. Who could be so excited about what happened on
Here we go.
yesterday afternoon to call the show 4 minutes in? Caller, you're on WHPC Sports Talk. What's going on?
Hi, my name is Mike. I just want to know, what was your guys' take on the Giants win?
Yo, hang up the phone. Hang up the phone.
I mean, the Giants won, the Packers lost, and the Cowboys lost.
Listen,
it's a crazy coincidence, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy, Mike.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Corey David, what's going on? I'm out of
And
you.
also the Saints lost, and possibly I think the Yankees won.
Are you not a Yankees fan?
You're a Yankee fan.
Yeah, wait.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Mike? What you mean?
I'm just talking about all the coincidence. Aren't those guys all your favorite teams? I mean, when I listen every day, Nico.
Corey, you're the only Yankees fan.
What do you mean? That's Mike.
Oh, Mike, my fault.
That's Mike, buddy. What's Mike?
Nah, y'all already know who this is. I had to call in to get my stuff off. You look. Who's second in the NFC East right now? Talk to me.
Here we go. Why are you starting this?
And guess what? Look. Like Diddy said, can't stop, won't stop. Who we got next? We got the Jags. Stop it. Who else? At the Seahawks? Stop it. Then
Y'all
after
could lose
that,
both those games. Hold up. Are you saying y'all just gonna walk in there and just those are automatic W's?
Yeah, don't write it off.
I ain't saying they automatic W's, but they winnable. They winnable.
Of course they're winnable for y'all.
I don't know what the gods be great to us have done, but we got a good schedule. Look, and could I wait a second? It's coming back to me.
Oh.
Somebody early in the season predicted the Giants to make the playoffs. Who could that be? Who could Nostradamus have been that day?
We only 6 weeks into the season. Relax.
Corey, were you being Nostradamus or were you just being a shameless Giants fan who was expecting the unexpected this year?
Call it what you want. Call it what you might be. I was right.
I mean, you're 5-1 now, and it appears you have an easy schedule. But
did we beat 2 back-to-back former MVPs? I think we did.
You did. Even though both offenses are really just disgusting right now. You technically beat MVP quarterbacks back-to-back weeks. Congratulations. Regardless of the context, you did. That's a fact.
Hey,
you did.
Hey, all right. Before I get to Erik, let me get to Nico. Hey, Nico.
Hello, Corey.
How are you feeling today with your Mets out? With your Green Bay Packers with a loss? You've been having a good week,
Corey, I don't know what we're talking about. There's a Rangers game today. That's the only team I care about right now. I don't know any other sport right now.
No. That's the only team
imagine being a Packers fan. Couldn't be me.
You making your own history up right now.
Listen, man. I've never been so depressed about a football team in my whole life.
Yeah. You ever seen that? You ever seen a meme of somebody just pointing like at somebody going, nah. That's how I feel right now.
You know what, Corey? Enjoy it while it lasts, my guy. Enjoy it while it lasts. 5-1 team. You can talk your stuff right now, but we'll see.
That 10-game losing streak about to start this weekend.
I don't think
it feels so good. Hey, you know what? Yeah, look. I got to get on Erik. Y'all feel them boys?
How are you getting on us and you lost to us with Cooper Rush? You're not listen, let me tell you something about the Giants. They're not a good team. The coaching is just getting them by in these games.
All I know is a win is a win, and an L is an L.
And that's why you got one L to the boys.
We got one, you got the other.
We walked up in the MetLife with Cooper Rush and stunned y'all.
Cooper Rush walked into the Philadelphia Stadium, and he didn't walk out the same. 3 picks? You had Dallas Cowboys fans saying, wait till Dak come back. Dallas Cowboys fans were sounding like when they say, I'm going to get my big brother. Wait till I come back.
Listen, enjoy your 5-1 start for now. But if y'all lose...
I wonder if Michael Irvin came on Spurs Take today going, it's finger licking good because that was a finger licking loss.
Why are you talking like this? You got a 5-1 start. You better not lose these next 2 games.
Hey, that's what I'm wearing right now. And I'm proud to wear it right now. A Giants jersey.
Burn it.
Is it the Lawrence Taylor one?
Yep.
Yeah, burn it. Burn it.
He's proud to wear a Lawrence Taylor jersey. How about that?
I see how you was about to flip that.
You said it, and I'm just repeating it. Corey, you got anything more for us? Any more smack to talk? Any more to get off your chest?
Well, The only thing that can make this week go down a little bit is the fact that I got to watch Russell Wilson tonight, aka the basketball version of Russell Westbrook. The NBA season is back. Hopefully, the Knicks start off strong, but the Hornets have another arrest, so my second team is like, it's looking horrible.
Arrests out of the Charlotte Hornets locker room. What else is new? And Corey David, thank you for the call. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Before you hang up, this is a joke. The Charlotte Hornets have more arrests this offseason than they do signings. I'm just pointing that out.
LaMelo to the Knicks. A couple of years.
LaMelo to the Knicks.
I need it. Thank you for the call, Corey.
I just had to get in there. Poke the two guys that's there. Get a couple shots in. They can feel alive. Throughout this entire show, what can they gloat about? Nothing. They can only talk about misery.
Corey,
it's gonna be a sad show. It's gonna be a real sad show today.
Corey, after you hang up the phone, go watch the Facebook Live because their faces are priceless right now. They're really priceless. Thanks for the call, man.
Off me, Sarah.
Corey David, you can hear him on WHPC Sports Talk on Wednesdays and Fridays. Always a welcome addition to our show, whether he's here in person or on the phone.
You know what? He didn't call after that loss. He sure didn't call after that loss. I want to see him call after a loss.
Well, like he said, it's the Jaguars up next. It's the Seahawks after that. Both road games. They have a bye week, and then they're home for the Texans and Lions. Now, the point I want to get to, like he said, those look like very winnable games on paper, right? But like we talked about in the back, it's a difference between, and we're going to get to the Ravens-Giants game in a little bit, but it's a difference between when you're the cute little underdog, the little train that could, winning all these games, sneaking up on people, but now you're a 5-1 team. 3-1, 4-1 is cute. 5-1 is different. That's a statement you're making to the league, like, we're here. So when you've been the hunter all season long, and now you turn into the hunted, it's a different thing for those guys in the locker room. We're really going to see what Brian Daboll can do with that if he can keep those guys up and motivated, because you're not going to give the rah-rah, nobody thinks we can win speech in the locker room anymore. It's going to be a little different for the Giants, but with that being said, it was a big win. Like we said, Giants improved to 5-1, coming back against the Baltimore Ravens, who just continue to blow lead after lead after lead. Double-digit lead. Their third double-digit lead blown this season. Wild. And the Giants, how about this? The first team in the last century to overcome double-digit second-half deficits in 3 of their first 6 games. Daniel Jones outplayed Lamar Jackson. I can't believe there was a day I would ever say that. I would ever come in here and utter that sentence, but it happened. Saquon Barkley, another good game. And Wan'Dale Robinson, Ross.
Yeah, first touchdown.
NFL debut. You don't have Kenny Galladay. You don't have Kadarius Toney, but Wan'Dale Robinson, NFL debut, makes an immediate impact. And I'll come to you after I just read off the Ravens, the stuff. It's a good win. It's a good coming from behind win. The Ravens, I thought, were better than the Giants. I kind of still think that, but this is what they do. They blow leads. They're really banged up on offense and defense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But hey, Giants won, and they're 5-1, and is it all good vibes in Giant Land right now, Ross?
Pretty much right now it is. I mean, they're playing really good. We'll take any win. Doesn't matter how we get it. We deserve wins after the last number of years of losing. So I'm happy about that. I mean, look, I do think we'll probably, in terms of the road ahead, we'll probably split the road, but just because of where the games are. But I would say in terms of this game, we did what we were supposed to do in the fourth quarter. We defended Lamar Jackson. We knocked the ball from Lamar Jackson. I mean, not only that we knocked it out, we recovered at the end of the game. And look, Lamar got stupid at the end. Let's be real. I mean, he got, not only that we intercepted Lamar, we stripped the ball from Lamar. I mean, so it was pretty much, it was a very good defensive game by them. Daniel Jones was very good. He made the plays that he needed to make. And look, this reminds me a lot of what the Giants used to do in the early 80s, 90s. Run the football, defend well, win the line of scrimmage. That's what the Giants have done these first 6 games.
They're doing everything so far in the Joe Shane, Brian Daboll era that Dave Gettleman talked about but didn't really execute. That whole that whole era, the Gettleman era. They talked about hog mollies and all that, but they've really gotten back to what's won them Super Bowls in the past. So.
Right.
Good win for the Giants. We have another caller on WHPC Sports Talk. Caller, you're on. Who are you? Where are you calling from?
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Frankie from Flushing. How you doing?
What's up, Frankie? What you got on your mind?
Good. No, I am from the Ross school of thought with the Giants. I mean, the Giants are 5-1, and I'm a Giants fan. Love the Giants, diehard Giants fan. They're, I'm not getting too excited right now. Corey seems to be over the moon, and I think he's going to be landed very quickly. 5-1, and they're still third place in their division. They already lost to Dallas. They are one Saquon Barkley injury away from not even making the playoffs. I think Barkley makes Daniel Jones a lot better. It balances the offense. The defense needs to worry about Barkley. I don't have faith that he's going to stay healthy the whole year. And once he goes down, I think they're just going to key in, and the defenses and Giants aren't going to be able to have that balanced offense anymore.
I think you bring up a fair point. I mean, Saquon Barkley, the Giants have put a lot on his shoulders this year. It's kind of, this is a guy that's coming off 2 kind of injury-riddled seasons, so we'll see if he can kind of stay upright. And I don't know, if you're a Giants fan today, I know Ross and you have your opinion, Corey has his opinion, but it's really a debate of whether you need to win games to kind of set the culture. Listen, I think the Giants' culture is set already, but say you go 9-10 wins and you put yourself out of position to get that quarterback that you've been like really seeking, because Daniel Jones has played better, but I really still don't think he's that guy for the long term. Some Giants fans now disagree somehow, but I don't see franchise quarterback in that guy. So
I totally agree with that. And maybe they could pick somebody. There's a lot of good backup quarterbacks that other teams seem to have that the Giants never seem, or the Jets for that matter. Well, the Jets had actually like a Teddy Bridgewater. Garoppolo was available for a while. I think the Giants, you're right, they need a quarterback. He's not the answer. If they could hang in there this year and make the playoffs, it would make us all feel better that they finally took a step forward. But they're still in need. And their defense, though, you can't take nothing away from their defense. In the last several years, they've lost more games in the past 2 minutes of every game than anybody I've ever seen. And this year, they're winning those games.
Absolutely, and that's been the difference, obviously, in the coaching that Brian Daboll has really done with this team. I mean, that's a clear difference. Last year, the win versus Green Bay, yesterday, a win against other teams, the Titans even. They're not winning those games with Joe Judge, Shermer, McAdoo. It's just not happening. So it's a clear difference how Daboll's been coaching this team up.
Right, coaching has definitely been, thankfully, took a turn for the best, but I really think Barkley is really the key. They've lost him for big chunks of the year and complete years over the last few years, and they had no other offense. Daniel Jones, maybe you get him an offensive weapon, you get him another receiver or an end, and maybe a half-decent back with Barkley, where you take a little of the pressure off, and he has more weapons. You look at guys like Tom Brady that's lost all his weapons, and he's just an average Joe these days. He's getting killed.
I will get my Tom Brady slander off a little later in the show, but Frank, you got anything more for us before I let you go?
No, but if you talk Yankees, I'm calling back.
We will definitely get to the pivotal Game 5 of the Yankees-Guardians series. I don't know how that's gone 5 games, but stay tuned for that. Definitely stay tuned for that.
All right, guys. Take it easy.
Thank you for the call, Frankie.
Yeah, I think he's absolutely right, though. They're one Saquon Barkley injury away from the offense definitely going to a downfall, because you look at any quarterback that has a running game, that's where they excel.
Right.
Dak Prescott in 2016 excelled off the running game of Ezekiel Elliott, who had 1,600 yards that year. Troy Aikman is a Hall of Famer because of Emmitt Smith. So any quarterback with a running game, of course they're going to excel, but if Saquon goes down somehow, then I feel like Dame Jones, you're going to see the real Dame Jones at that point.
I agree. Listen, I'm really happy the Giants are 5-1, and the Jets we'll get to later. They're 4-2. Both football teams with good vibes for like the first time in 5-6 years. It's refreshing, but I appreciate your standpoint, Ross, today, because it's like, again, a lot of Giants fans are over the moon. I get that, but at Jaguars, at Seahawks. We talked about the last 2 games they won. Barely won.
Yeah, they did.
And Corey brings up the point, they beat 2 MVP quarterbacks. But hold on.
Yeah.
What weapons is Aaron Rodgers throwing to nowadays, Nico?
Well,
Garbage can, a door, and Alan Lazard.
That's
not good.
What weapons did Lamar Jackson have yesterday?
His legs.
Mark Andrews.
His legs.
Devin Duvernay.
His legs.
That's true.
Kenyon Drake had a nice game, but really Kenyon Drake. So it's not a lot of weaponry the Giants face. Yes, they faced a lot of good quarterbacks, or the last 2 games they faced good quarterbacks.
But here's the thing, though. A lot of these guys are very young. They have the secondary we all know is very questionable. But I do think that's why I'm saying I think they're going to win one of these road games. I don't think they're going to win both. I think they're going to win one.
I agree with you.
Because I do think there may be a little bit of a letdown in one of the games. But this is what I have confidence that may not happen. The coach. And that's it. The coach and Barkley. I think that's a big reason why I think they're going to win one of these games. I think they may lose one just because, from whatever reason, because of the crowd that they're going into, the stadium that they're going into. And I do think if things go, pretty well defensively and Donwin Martindale keeps being aggressive, then I think they're going to be fine. And look, as much as I may not think Jones is the quarterback, you got to give him credit because he's not turning the ball over. He's making the plays that he has to make. Now, the question is, do the coaches believe in Dable? Or do the coaches believe in Jones, I meant, not the other way around. But because they haven't really used him in a way where you're throwing the ball 35 times.
Yeah, they have not cut him loose at all. I mean, he had 27 attempts. That might be the most, maybe the most he's had all season long.
Well, and I think part of it's not because they don't like Jones. I think they do like Jones, Dable, but I and the coaching staff, I think it's because they know they don't have a lot of receivers. I think that's a big reason why they're not allowing Jones to get loose or throw the ball 30-plus times is because of that. I don't think it's because they don't like Jones. I think it's because they realize their best way of winning football games is Saquon Barkley. They realize that. So they're trying to they want to win. They don't care about the quarterback. They want to win. They don't care about the draft picks. They don't care about anything else. They want to win football games this season. So if you're going to do that, relying on Barkley is the right thing to do.
It's just funny in the story of Daniel Jones because I still don't think even to this point, with the Giants being 5-1 over the course of Daniel Jones' now 5-year career, that they've gotten a perfect look like other teams are getting at their quarterback. Like, I've criticized the Bears of not putting everything around Justin Fields. The Giants have tried, but I don't know, even this year, improved offensive line. You've just said Daniel Jones, can you get him on offensive line? Because he has weaponry. Yeah. Now the weapons are hurt. Kenny Galladay is a criminal, as Nico likes to say.
4 years, $72 million. How does that happen?
That's wild. Yeah. And where is Kadarius Toney? The curious case of Kadarius Toney. I don't know.
Always hurt. Always can't get on the field.
It's one hamstring, it's the other hamstring, and
that guy is soft. I'm gonna say he's soft because I'm sorry, if you're playing in that many practices and you're consistently having hamstring issues, I'm sorry. That's like, I can guarantee this. He has not been hit hard once, and he still got hurt. So that tells you something. So I wouldn't be surprised if they cut him. It really wouldn't surprise me. It's not their guy. They didn't draft him, so it's not like they have any ties to him at all. They're either going to trade him or they're going to move on somehow, some way. Because if the guy can't get on the field, at this point, it's not because they have a nasty tackle. It's not because somebody just threw him to the ground. I'm sorry, this is Toney. This is just him being just soft. I'm sorry.
You said something interesting there, Ross, and that's where I feel like the real excitement for Giants fans should be. Now, this year, you're not going to win a Super Bowl this year. You might not even win a playoff game this year. I don't really see that. They'll make the playoffs probably, but the real excitement lies in Joe Schoen and Dable inherited a roster from Dave Gettleman, who's like the biggest criminal GM I've ever seen in New York sports. He has drafted some nice players. Dexter Lawrence is coming along. Yeah. Andrew Thomas is coming along. Like he drafted some nice players. The free agency is what really
that's bad.
It's terrible. But you're really going to see Joe Schoen's vision this offseason, this coming offseason, because he's inherited half the roster he's inherited. He hasn't really done what he's wanted to do already, and they're already 5-1 team. So,
well, I already know the Giants are going to look to add a number one wide receiver somehow, some way. That I do know. Whether they believe in Jones or not, that's what they're going to do. So, if they're picking in the middle round or middle of that first round, they're probably going to use that to take a wide receiver because they probably have enough faith in Daniel Jones. You're going to know how much they have faith in Jones before the draft. That really, you really are. If they are going to sign him or franchise tag him, and they draft the receiver, well, then they have belief in Jones, and that's what it is. Or they're going to sign a wide receiver in free agency to be a number one. Whatever they're going to do, they're going to help the next quarterback or Jones to see if he's the guy. You gotta give Jones credit. As much as I may not love Jones, and I don't think he's a franchise quarterback either yet, but he's done well. He's not turning it over. He's doing what the coaches are asking him to do. The question is, after the season, does Dable look at him and say, "Are you a Super Bowl winning quarterback?" That's the question that we're never gonna ever know. Based off of what I heard, and it's a while now, but based off what I heard in the preseason, or based on what I heard when they first got there, they didn't have a lot of faith in Jones. Because think about it, they looked at the film of a lot of Jones before they took the job, or once they took the job. They had film on it, and then after that, they decided not to pick up his option. So it's either they don't believe in him or they want to see more. So they don't have a lot of faith maybe yet, but now maybe they do. Maybe that changed. And if he keeps playing like this, it will change.
I'll say this about the Giants' upcoming schedule before we move on. I know we all brought it up. The Jags and the Seahawks, both road games the next 2 weeks. I'll say this. I brought up the Ravens and the Packers wins. Yeah, MVP quarterbacks, but not a lot of weaponry.
Yeah, that's true.
The Jaguars and Seahawks might have lesser quarterbacks, but both those teams have weapons now. Both those teams, right. The Jaguars' weapons, they played well yesterday. They just couldn't beat 50-year-old Matt Ryan in his 58 passing attempts. That was wild.
Well, do they have a good line, Jacksonville? That's the thing. Yeah. If they don't, then that's where Wayne Martindale could style up something that could blitz him and pull their ears back.
He can definitely confuse Trevor Lawrence a little bit with those blitzes. And then the Seahawks, too. Geno Smith has been balling. Tyler Lockett, Metcalf, Kenneth Walker, Noah Fant. They have weapons, so for any Giants fan that wants to come here and say, "Oh, the next 4 games, that's a cakewalk," hold up. It's not. So we'll see. But the team is 5-1. Giants fans should be happy today.
Yeah.
That's that. You are second place in the NFC East. The NFC East just as a whole. Do you ever seen that cakewalk schedule that every team has?
Well, the Eagles had a cakewalk schedule. That's a fact, and they still do.
And they're going to. They might. I looked at the rest of the schedule today. They might go like 14-3 easily.
The whole NFC East has a cakewalk schedule.
They do.
I know, but facts. The Eagles last year in particular, remember they were undefeated against teams that were, or not undefeated, but they never won against an over 500 team. And they were like 0-7 or 0-8. And then when they play against Tom Brady in the playoffs, well, they got smacked. So it just tells you competition does matter. It does.
And we will get to that big Eagles-Cowboys game a little bit later in the show. But for now, let me remind everybody that you are listening to WHPC Sports Talk on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. It is Joshua Umahi, Ross Levine, Nico Each, and Erik Williams. Let's get to Nico. It's time.
No, Josh. Why do we have to
No, it's time.
Why can't we just talk about cake?
It's time, my boy. Let's recap.
Recap what, Josh? I mean, we got smacked in the face by the New York Jets. There was only one positive about that game, and that was the fact that the Packers defense held the Jets to 10 points through 3 quarters.
10 points.
And Aaron Rodgers couldn't do anything with that.
And I'm sorry to get you going like this. I know I'm kind of instigating this, but so I looked at, because we talked all week about the passing attempts versus the rushing attempts.
You're going to piss me off. This is going to happen right now.
A.J. Dillon, 10 rushes, 41 yards.
I don't get it, Josh. You have two of the best. You have 2 amazing running backs, and you run the ball 19 times?
I don't.
Aaron Jones.
Where was Aaron Jones?
9 rushes, 19 yards for Aaron Jones, barely used in the passing game, and lo and behold, Aaron Rodgers 41 passing attempts against the New York Jets with a pretty damn good secondary. Explain it to me.
Sauce Gardner's the best cornerback in the league. That's all I can. That's all I have to say.
He walked off the field with a cheese head on.
That's quite disrespectful.
That goes to show you.
Disrespectful is running the ball 19 times. Running the ball should have won you this game. I don't know what Matt LaFleur is thinking. He's an idiot and should be fired.
I mean, to be fair, they're only getting 3 yards a carry. But like, I hear you.
19 times?
I know.
19 times?
That's
let me ask you a question.
No.
How does it feel? No. How does it really feel to live in New York and lose to New York teams back-to-back weeks? What is that conversation like for you?
What do you mean, what's it like? I have to listen to Corey David make fun of me on the radio.
That's a good point. Like, Giants and Jets back-to-back weeks.
Honestly, the Giants one hurts more. To be honest with you.
Why do you say that?
Because Corey. Giants fans are way more annoying than Jets fans.
That's
what makes it hurt more.
This is where I'm going to have a mildly hot take, because Jets fans, I've seen at least, like, they've been trash the last couple of years, but they've been, like, there.
Right.
Where have all the Giants fans, where are they coming
out
from?
of everywhere.
I don't understand. Where are they coming from? All of a sudden, I get texts like, "Oh yeah, Big Blue 5-1, Saints 2-4." What you got to say? I'm like, where were you the last 5 years? I couldn't find you. Now you're all up puffing your chest out. I don't get it.
This is a bunch of losers. Sorry, Ross. You're cool.
Yeah, you're right.
Corey, loser. I don't.
He's gonna call back.
Yeah, he should.
Not many of them are very realistic. There's only quite a handful of Giants fans that are.
It's really
very
just
realistic.
Ross, to be quite honest with you. He's the only sane Giants fan I've talked to.
I can count with one hand how many realistic Giants fans I know. That's only about 3 people right now.
We had one that called in that was pretty. I thought he was pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
Listen, there are a lot of Giants fans that are screaming 9-1 right now. Whoa. Your team is still very beatable. They've won a lot of winnable and losable games that could have gone either way. They're 5-1.
Yeah.
Be happy about that. But yeah.
Well, the Packers, it's the Joe Barry and Mike LaFleur special. Run the ball 19 times.
Joe Barry.
Joe Barry's awful. He's awful. That's outdated, man. He is. I'm sorry. Like, that is outdated. He's outdated.
Football. I hate football so much, Josh.
I feel like
I don't. Well, not to. We'll get back.
I want a real coach. I want a real coach right now. Why do the Giants? They have a real coach.
They do.
The Titans. They have a real coach. The Eagles have a real coach. Where's my real coach, Josh?
I thought he was a real coach.
So did I.
He won 13 games. What? 3 straight?
3 straight years. He's been in the league. This is 4th season.
Let me find out Devontae Adams was that important.
You know
to
what
the
I like
Packers
about
offense.
you know what I like about Matt LaFleur? Last season he said he game planned for the 49ers before the 49ers even beat us. You had an extra week to game plan for the 49ers and still lost to them.
Don't talk to me, Erik. I don't like Erik anymore.
That's wild, but it's a good point, though.
I know it's a good point, but like
that Packers team was so much better than San Francisco. It's in Lambeau Field. It wasn't in San Francisco like the last time. I don't know.
I'm starting to genuinely think it's Aaron Rodgers.
Really?
I think he's the problem.
Really?
I think we set our expectations way too high for him.
I mean,
I think that's the thing.
He has nobody to throw to. I mean, there's not much you could do.
No, but even that, like, there were games last year where Devontae Adams didn't play, and Aaron Rodgers was still spectacular with the talent that he had.
Yeah, but like, who's your number 1 receiver right now?
Allen Lazard,
That's
who
a
isn't
problem.
even a bad receiver. Aaron Rodgers just can't throw the ball right now.
The great Aaron Rodgers, to your point, Nico, I just looked up his stats.
Is it gonna bother me? It's gonna hurt.
Yeah,
my feelings.
it's gonna.
He's had a down year by a lot.
Not one game over 255 passing yards.
That's ridiculous.
Only one game with a quarterback, 2 games with a quarterback rating over 100. Now, that might be splitting hairs, but it's Aaron freaking Rodgers.
Yeah, doesn't he have like the greatest QB rating of all time?
Yeah, greatest touchdown to interception ratio of all time. Well, he's already thrown 3 picks this year.
Which is ridiculous.
That's what he does.
Because that is a year's worth of interceptions
for Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, so
ridiculous, Josh. I hate this team so much. Fire Matt LaFleur. Fire everybody. Move the team. I don't really care anymore.
Damn, move the team.
I'm over it.
It's crazy.
He should have went to Denver. That's where a lot of rumors were.
Even if he went to Denver, it would have been ass.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
yeah,
but at least had some familiarity there. I mean, you had that Broncos coach. I mean, ever since he left, they've been Rodgers has not been
Nathaniel
good.
Hackett.
Yeah,
Well, he's
the
been
Daniel
good
Hackett
under
is pretty
Hackett. He was
bad.
good. I don't know. He sucked.
It bothers me that Ross is
but-
right.
Daniel Hackett.
Well, I was great with him.
He was.
So-
Maybe let me find out that Daniel Hackett was the secret sauce in Green Bay, the clipboard holder that I
I hate
called
you
him.
so much. I hate you so much.
I'm trying to figure out why this team is 3-3 because this team is the most talented team in the NFC.
It's Matt
I said
LaFleur.
it. They're more talented than the Eagles. They might be more talented than Dallas. They're the most talented team, even without the weapons. The defense. Where's the defense been? I don't
blow
understand it.
They blow it. They play amazing in the first half of every game, and then they blow it at the end.
They let Breece Hall on like a wing tee, like high school football play, just run right around the offensive line
But you know what?
into the end. I don't understand.
That shouldn't even be an issue, though, because if they hold the Jets to 10 points through 3 quarters, Aaron Rodgers should be up by at least 2 scores.
That's a good point. I can't argue with that.
He doesn't have the wide receiver.
It doesn't matter.
core.
He's supposed to make it happen.
But
He's been making it happen for so long.
Okay, but how old is Aaron Rodgers now? How old is he?
Oh, bitch age, 38?
Okay, maybe
he is 38 years old.
I mean, do you think the guy's done? I mean, he might be done. Sometimes retirement.
Yeah, honestly, I thought
review.
this when I was watching the game yesterday. When he just walks, you can see that he just doesn't have the swagger that he's had in the past couple of years.
He doesn't want to play football anymore.
I think you're right.
He might have a mob mentality. Devontae Adams, his boy, is not with him anymore. Maybe he's not that confident anymore.
Honestly, we're playing the Commanders next week.
Yo.
If you lose to the Commanders, I would be very.
If we lose to the Commanders,
you should fire everybody.
I want Aaron Rodgers benched for the season and just
Oh my
start
God.
Jordan Love for the rest of the year.
The fact
Because if Aaron Rodgers loses to the Giants, Jets, and Commanders in 3 consecutive weeks, what's the point of life? I mean, what are we doing here? A Commanders team without Carson Wentz now. Like
Sam Howell, hopefully.
the fact
It's
that
Taylor Heineke, I think he's going to end up starting.
I think they should start Howell.
They should start Howell, but it's the Commanders. And it's
Yeah, Ron
Rivera.
Rivera's going to do like a win now type of. Even though I think they can win with Howell.
you know
what? They're going to win. The Commanders are going to beat the Packers.
Hold up.
No,
the
they're
Commanders
not.
are bad.
At
bro.
least their quarterback has wide receivers.
That's not a bad point.
The
It's not a bad.
They have weapons on that offense.
If the Commanders beat the Packers next week, this red dump button over here, back behind the scenes of
we got a
radio,
panic
I will be.
it's gonna get a lot of play
panic.
next week.
Panic.
If we let Breece Hall command the Jets' offense against us, then what is Terry McLaurin going to do? What is Curtis Samuel going to do? What is Brian Robinson going to do?
Well, how long are they on the field for? They're on the field a lot.
Well, exactly.
That's a problem. That's a problem. That's not
Aaron
on the
Rodgers.
defense all the time. That's on.
No, I know, but like
Anyway,
I saw this meme on Twitter actually. It was Aaron Rodgers on every 3rd and 1. He's just heaving it downfield, and it's so true. That's all he does.
Romeo Dobbs down there somewhere.
Like you have AJ Dillon.
Yeah, AJ Dillon. Like what do you call AJ Dillon?
A house.
A house.
A house with legs.
House with legs.
That's him.
Big boy, right?
Yes.
Just I know the Jets
Yo,
have a
wildcat him under the center. Just push him through. That's all you have to do.
I know the Jets have a very impressive front 7, but this is back-to-back weeks. You got to give me more than 19 rushing attempts, especially when, and this is the part I don't understand about the Packers. They won 13 games 3 straight years, right?
Yep.
yeah.
Using the run game to help Aaron Rodgers, and you just go away from that because why? Aaron Rodgers is bitching to you in the locker room about, I want to have more attempts in the offense.
He's a fraud.
I don't get it.
Everybody's a fraud.
They're a very weird team. The NFC is weird as a whole. It's only 4 winning teams. I can't believe I'm saying
Oh my
this.
God, the Vikings are 5-1, Josh. The Minnesota Vikings are 5-1.
Well, they actually have a pretty good coach. No.
Yeah, what's that like?
Their coach is all right, but they shouldn't be 5-1. Though.
Yeah, but that's coaching though. You gotta give the coach
Ross is
credit.
so right. These teams with amazing coaches are now winning games.
Yeah, I feel like in the NFL this year, it's been like coaching has mattered more than like any year I can remember. It's not just talent on the field.
Yep.
It's the Saints. I think the Saints are about as talented as any team, especially in their division. I think they're more talented than the Bucks. But they're Dennis Allen. He sucked as a coach in Las Vegas. He was all right as a defensive coordinator. Now he's the head coach of my New Orleans Saints, and this is the only comment I'm going to get to on a 2-4 team on a New York radio station. But it's coaching. If you have a good coach this year, you're probably going to win some games. Giants,
I mean, look
Vikings.
at the Jaguars. They're 2-4.
Doug Peterson.
But with Urban Meyer, they would have been 0-6.
Exactly. Doug Peterson, I don't know how this guy was passed over by the Saints and so many other teams to just waltz right to Trevor Lawrence, have him looking like the quarterback he was supposed to be last year out of the draft. Coaching is everything. Even Robert Saleh with these New York Jets, he's got them bought in. He's got that defense hooping. Sauce Gardner.
Best cornerback in the league, Josh. I'm ready to say it. Dude gave up 8 yards this weekend.
That's crazy. We talked about on Friday, not just him, but Bryce Hall. Even their safeties are playing better. Watch out for the New York Jets. I know
that's a playoff team
in the AFC, and it's tough. The AFC is so much tougher than the NFC right now. But I'm looking at the Jets' schedule. I'm looking at the other teams in the AFC. I'm like, why couldn't they be the 7th seed? We know the Bills are going to win that division.
Yeah.
They play the...
they're going to finish second in the division now.
Yeah, because the Dolphins are just...
Even with Tua coming back, which, he's not going to be the same.
No.
It's over. Why
not the Jets? They play the Broncos next week. We'll see how the Broncos look on another primetime game for some reason. I don't know. we have to see it in primetime.
Mr. Unlimited, man. Just gets unlimited primetime games. It's ridiculous.
Unlimited primetime games, unlimited mid in Denver.
Yeah, Denver just...
Mid everywhere, Josh.
It's mid in the NFL everywhere. It is.
It really is.
It is.
Yeah, the teams that... It tells you the NFL is a lot of its head coaching. It's a lot of its coaching because out of all the sports, football, it's the most important. It really is because baseball, what is it? Hockey, it's somewhat important. And basketball, it means nothing. It really, in the other 3 sports, it means little to nothing.
I don't know if it means nothing in basketball. I think that's kind of...
I don't know. But a lot of it's about the stars. It really is.
No, it's a star-driven league. I agree with you there.
Okay, if you're... I'll make an example. Look at the Knicks. The Knicks have had terrible teams after terrible teams. They've had different coaches after different coach.
Right.
And it's been the same song and dance the last 20 years. So really, how much has coaching really mattered?
We're going to argue... Me and Ross are going to argue so much about the Knicks this year. Just get... Because...
Well, I know they're saying they're going to fire Tom... 2 years from now, we're going to be talking about another head coach. I know.
Tibbs ain't it, though. He needs to be
Neither is
gone.
the next guy.
You don't know that.
I know that because the last 16 times. I know that. I'm sorry to say that.
Maybe they'll find a diamond in the rough.
Nah.
Who's a diamond in the rough?
The Knicks should have hired, instead of Tibbs, they should have hired Kenny Atkinson.
I agree with that. But I know they would have fired him after 3 years. I know it. They're not patient with anybody. When I mentioned about football, it's like, the coaching in terms of building up game plans are very, very important.
Right.
You have to scheme very well, and also, it comes down to talent, but you got to get the most out of the talent. The Giants have been able to do that. Minnesota, lucky or not, he was able to do it.
Yep. Eagles
have done it.
That man
is good. He actually runs the ball.
He's got some
Nico.
dog.
I'm sorry. Sorry, bro. Oh, don't leave me now, buddy. Come back.
Yeah, Josh McDaniels let's be real, doesn't get the most out.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it, but Dennis Allen's not that good. Dennis Allen, he's just not.
The Saints might be.
They're not changing the coach now.
They're not, but Gail Benson, she owns the Pelicans as well. She fired Stan Van Gundy after 1 year. I hope, honestly, she does the same with Dennis Allen because he's not it. He's just not it.
Well, Josh, would you be interested in Matt Rule?
All right.
Come on.
Moving on. The Sunday night game was pretty, I don't want to say entertaining. Well, it was.
It was in the beginning.
It
was pretty gruesome in the beginning.
Yeah. Cooper Rush, we brought it up pre-show, 3 picks. Just throws one less interception. I know Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, former Saint, nice trade. Traded him for like a bag of chips and some soda. Good trade, New Orleans. But he had 2 picks. Just Cooper Rush. You knew the magic was going to run out eventually for the Cowboys.
Of course.
Cooper Rush.
Of course. But, with him, if he played a good game, a clean game at that, you would probably get a win. If he throws, like you said, not one, but if he throws 2 picks at least, I feel like you're in the game where you now have a chance to win the game. But you threw 3 picks. If you throw no picks, we definitely win that game because there was times we gave them short field, especially on that 4th and 1 call where it was a first down and they didn't challenge it. They just hurried up the offense and didn't get the first down, which I don't know. It was very questionable to me.
We talk about the quarterback play, Erik, but the Two things. Giving up 20 points in the second quarter alone, that's tough. It's hard to do that and still try to win the football game. They came back, tried to come back late in the game. But also, the Cowboys, what's been the storyline other than the Cooper Rush Dak Prescott thing all season long? Their defensive front. Parsons, Lawrence, Dorrance Armstrong has played well. They have guys up front that really get after the quarterback. Lane Johnson, Micah Parsons, you didn't hear a peep from him until Lane Johnson went out with the concussion, and then he started going wild. And then DeMarcus Lawrence, there's a pretty bad clip of DeMarcus Lawrence getting just pancake isn't even the word. Just getting steamrolled by Jason Kelce, one of the best centers in the game. It was really strength versus strength. The Eagles' offensive line, the Cowboys' defensive line.
Right.
All in all, the Eagles won last night.
Yeah, they definitely won, especially on the ground when they started running.
Yeah.
But I feel like the defensive line really excels in the pass rush. They don't, because they've shown.
Yeah.
All right, you see why LA is trying to get rid of Cam Akers now, because he didn't show anything against the Cowboys, who was not very good in the run game this whole season.
That's a good point.
And it showed last night. But not only that, when you give Jalen Hurts the chance to get the run game involved and not pass the ball, that's when they'll take away the game from you. Because if you force him to pass, then it starts to change a little bit. He's not a passer. He's not a passer at heart. But when you involve the running game, that's when the offense looks good. Especially against this Cowboys defense, who hasn't been good against the run.
Eagles got some pretty good yardage on the ground. I think the Cowboys' run defense wasn't good. It was okay. It wasn't great. They let Jalen Hurts get out occasionally, but it's tough. You don't get pass rush. Jalen Hurts. The connection with Devontae Smith. Obviously, they played together before, but that connection is special. 5 targets, 5 catches, 44 yards, a touchdown.
Anthony Brown. That's the only thing I have to say about this. Anthony Brown. He has to go. I get he's under a cheap contract right now. He was a 6th-round pick in 2016, but he has to go. You have to get somebody new. You have to start these new guys that you have, because he's not showing anything.
Anthony Brown, for those that aren't that familiar with the Dallas Cowboys, he's burnt toast. There's always that one cornerback, actually on all our teams in the past. Kevin King. I was about to say that. With you and me, Ross, Eli Apple. If you're not getting pass rush, they're going to get exposed. Yeah. And that's what we saw with Anthony Brown last night. The Cowboys, for the first time all season, the pass rush didn't get home on Jalen Hurts. And they got... You saw Anthony Brown. He was burnt toast, as we've seen. Thanksgiving game last year. Frequent times last year. Just... It's tough. The Dallas pass rush is going to be pretty consistent, so I can't say they have to make a move on the back end, but that's the one, other than Trayvon Diggs, who's amazing, that's kind of the one weak link of this Cowboys defense.
Anthony Brown, for sure.
Yeah. So
Jordan Lewis plays good in the slot. You have good safeties.
Yeah.
Got good linebackers. Got the defensive line to show for it. He's really the weak link of this defense.
Packers 2020, Nico. That one weak link was Kevin King.
Don't talk to me.
I'm just.
Why do you like this?
I'm just saying.
Kevin King. Never mind. I was going to say some really bad stuff right there.
You said the words Kevin King. My finger just hovered a little bit over that dumb button over there. Let's.
I hope he never plays football again.
That's how I feel about Eli Apple.
Cooked.
That's how I definitely feel about Eli Apple. I think that's how a lot of Giants fans feel about Eli Apple. But let's keep it moving. Let's read through some scorers. How about the Buffalo Bills? They got a huge win. Second straight year they win in Arrowhead in the regular season. Now they have to take care of business, because if they meet, they're going to see the Chiefs again. If it's in Arrowhead, I don't like their chances. If it's in Buffalo, I love their chances. So they definitely got to take care of business the rest of the way. Tony Romo predicting a 24-20 score in the first quarter.
NFL's rigged, Josh.
He must have insider information or something. There's no way he just
It's either it's rigged or he's just a genius.
He might be. I don't know where that was when he was playing quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys, but he's shown some genius stuff in the booth, definitely. Keeping the line moving, the Steelers, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they're so mid, and I'm so mad the Saints are just worse, because I would be talking so much smack right now. I predicted this. Tom Brady wrecked his marriage for a 9-win season. He is not a sane human being. That's what he did. No more Giselle. She's somewhere with AB in a hotel room, maybe. I'm just speculating, but he threw it away for a 9-win season. Good for you, Tom. Good for you. But my Saints did lose to the Bengals, like I said, by 4. Falcons 6-0 against the spread, and they win outright against San Francisco.
Told you, Josh.
Yeah, he did.
Told you.
He did.
It was gonna happen.
Patriots.
That's the best team in the division.
Yeah.
Honestly, the Panthers.
If they
Listen,
just the
it's Matt Rule. It really is Matt Rule.
They played a really spirited game yesterday, and
you think they're gonna really keep Steve Wilkes as their
he's better than Matt Rule.
Anybody is better than Matt Rule.
Oh,
right
of
now.
course, but let's put it this way: they're not hiring a college coach again. Not after what happened with Rule, they're not.
Yeah,
not
I think
for a long time.
I doubt they'll stick with this dude. They'll definitely get a new head coach in the offseason.
NFL teams for a long time because of this Matt Rule stuff. You give him a 7-year, $40 million contract because he proved nothing in the NFL. The NFL teams are going to really avoid the college coaches for the foreseeable future.
It's been a bad stretch recently.
Yeah, and speaking of the Panthers, Robbie Anderson traded to the Arizona Cardinals. We saw him get into a little altercation.
Yeah, that was
Wilkes,
inevitable.
The coach. Yeah, he's had case.
The Jets. Yeah.
I wonder if he got on a flight with them.
There's no way.
No, he didn't.
No.
There's no way that happened.
No, I was going to say this is why the Jets moved on. I guess they saw something. I mean, it's funny. Douglas, when he moved off, didn't like it. He wished he kept him, but now he probably looks like, wow, I actually made the right decision here.
Yeah, keeping the line moving. Further evidence that the NFL is fake. Bailey Zappi.
Hey, man.
Bailey Zappi's 2-0 as a starter.
It's Bill Belichick. That's what it is. It's Bill Belichick.
Give this man his props.
No. Give Zappi credit, but give Belichick his credit too. Belichick's
I'm saying
third string quarterback here.
Give Nico his props. He's predicted Bailey Zappi. I don't know where you getting this.
I don't know. Nico will say the most
There's
outlandish
a QB
stuff.
controversy in New England, baby.
All right. That would be something though if Mac Jones first round pick.
He's really stepped into this role though.
Yeah, Bailey Zappi, shout out. Vikings
almost took down the Packers.
Almost. That's another point. He
went to overtime against Aaron Rodgers.
That's something. But yeah, NFL is weird this year. What's also weird is, Ross, the New York Yankees are...
They're 2-2. It actually shocks me. It actually does shock me a little
What's
bit.
going on in the Bronx? What's going on?
They're gonna win tonight. You know the Yankees are gonna win tonight.
Hey, man.
You know it.
Anything can happen at this point in the MLB.
It's a winner-take-all game.
I
can't guarantee anything.
This has been an insane postseason.
They're facing a 4 ERA pitcher. They're not losing to him. Like this clavicle guy, whatever it is, this Guardians pitcher, 4.5 ERA. He's not.
Ross talking that hot stuff right now, man. And when the Yankees lose 8-0 tonight,
I don't know if they're going to lose 8-0, but if they lose, here's the thing: if they do lose, they'll probably lose 5-2, maybe I don't know, about 8-0. Even though, again, nothing shocks me anymore. Maybe they do lose 8-0 tonight. They're at home. I can't see them losing at home.
That's fair.
It's weird. I know I know they won in Cleveland, and I know the Yankees did actually technically lose a game at Yankee Stadium, but I don't know. I don't know if they're going to lose again at Yankee Stadium. It's interesting. I will say that this series should have been over for the Yankees.
Oh yeah, what are we doing?
It should have been a 3-0 sweep.
Yeah, it should have been. Yeah. So the longer this series actually goes, I think it actually benefits Cleveland.
To your point, Ross, Yankees 57-24 in the regular season at home. Away games are just 42-39. But as we've seen in the National League, regular season means absolutely nothing in Major League Baseball anymore. It means nothing.
Yeah.
101 win Mets.
Yeah, Erik.
101 win Braves. 111 win Dodgers.
What are you saying?
No. Because you were talking all that hot stuff when the Mets lost, man.
The Mets should have played us. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong.
Should they have? Padres, baby.
I don't know.
I don't. What is baseball?
Padres, Phillies, NLCS.
It really matters whoever's hot at the right time.
Yeah, it does.
That's all.
It wasn't the Dodgers.
Padres are gonna win.
Ooh,
Padres in the World Series.
Padres versus Phillies is going to really be a really fun series.
It is, but I don't
know who I'm taking though.
I'm gonna hate watching it though.
Here's
watching it.
You know what it is that honestly the fact that the Padres beat the Dodgers, it takes a little bit of sting away from the Mets. Just a little bit. I think it takes a little bit of the sting
definitely.
away. Yeah, because not only that you lost to a team that beat a 111 win team. It's not that bad. I don't know what Epler said the other day. That kind of pissed me off.
I wanted to ask you about that.
That annoyed me, but yeah.
Listen, we're on the New York Yankees right now. If they can't lose to the Guardians with Aaron Judge's impending free agency, with those insane Yankee fans in the Bronx, if they lose tonight.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Yeah, Susan. Yeah, Susan. It's gonna be wild in the Bronx if they lose at home to a much lesser Guardians team.
It would be shocking.
Judge to the Mets confirmed if that happened.
It still would shock me if the Yankees lost tonight. It just would shock me. They're at home. I don't know. I don't see this other pitcher pitching well. This Guardians pitcher, I don't see it. 4 ERA, and they're pitching this guy in a Game 5. It doesn't make sense.
See what happens. I do have the Yankees lineup out right now. Gleyber Torres, not Aaron Judge, but Torres, this game is leading off. Aaron Judge is batting second, followed by Rizzo, Stanton, Donaldson. That's the heart of the order. Oswaldo Cabrera's had some big moments in this series. Harrison Bader, too, 6 and 7. Jose Trevino and Aaron Hicks, 8 and 9, with Tyone to open the game. I'm not going to say start the game. He's going to open the game. We'll see how the Yankees go about trying to win a winner-take-all against the Cleveland Guardians. That's a little wild to me, but I do want to give a shout-out to Garrett Cole. So Yankee fans and baseball fans all over have been talking about this guy, all the money, the contract. Well, he delivered in October. If the Yankees lose this game, it won't be obviously not because of Garrett Cole because he's not pitching tonight, but Game 1, Game 4 combined, 13 innings pitched, 16 strikeouts. He did allow 2 home runs. It's been his thing all season long, but 2 ERA in October? That's what you pay a guy. How much is he making?
$36 million a year.
$36 million. That's what you pay $36 million a year for. So,
I mean, I still don't think he's worth that, but I mean, he's look, he's been good. I'm just not a big Cole fan. I don't know. I maybe his attitude stinks. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of him.
It's his face.
Yeah,
I don't like his face.
Yeah, he's got a very punchable face.
He really does.
He does.
Yeah,
without question. We got a couple minutes left in the show. I guess I'll leave it up to final thoughts. I'll go around the room. I think I'll start with you, Ross.
For the New York Mets, I'm going to start with the Mets because what was that, Epler? Like, what was that? That press conference, like, really? Like, there's nothing you could have done better. Like, I don't regret it.
Double down.
Yeah, like, it makes no sense. Like, your team just got eliminated by the San Diego Padres. You lost the division, and there's nothing you could have done other than Daniel Vogelbach and Darren Please. Like, this is why I have no confidence that this guy is going to be able to fix the problems in the offseason. I have no problem, and that maybe just confirmed it.
Well, he said Steve Cohen is still giving him the license to spend. So let's see if he can do it wisely.
The 2023 season's already over. It's already over. They don't even need to play a game. I'm sorry. That does not make me. How could that make you anybody feel confident? I mean,
no, Ross is so right.
I don't know. It's tough, and still in October to say the next season is already over. But Nico, what do you got for us?
Rangers play tonight.
Yes,
they can't hurt me. Unlike these other teams, I hate everybody. If you want to bet on hockey tonight, bet on Ryan Strome to score a goal against the Rangers because they let all former Rangers score against them, and that's the lock of the night for me.
Think they still get a W?
Yes, definitely.
Right. Erik, what you got?
Dak! He's coming back next week.
Dak is back.
He's going to break a leg or something.
Come on.
Wow, that's crazy. Wow, that's crazy. You know what? We'll end WHPC Sports Talk on that negative note. We'll end WHPC Sports Talk. Wow, Nico.
Sorry, Erik.
He
took away his final thought.
he snuck attack you with that. He got.
He's going to be running down the field. And that.
No, Erik, for real. What you got?
Coming back, playing against the Lions. I feel like it's going to be a good game for him. He's going to bounce back. Got his receivers.
Mm-hmm.
Don't have James Washington yet, but I feel like it's going to be one of those games. It's going to be a blowout.
All right.
He's going to put on.
Don't count out Dan Campbell, bro.
Gonna buy us some kneecaps.
Yeah. Dak's kneecaps. Got him.
We didn't even get to everything that happened this weekend in the world of sports. Obviously, that Alabama-Tennessee game, some of the other baseball outcomes. We got another show for you tomorrow at 4 o'clock. So on that note, we will call it a day on WHPC Sports Talk. Thank you for listening to the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. From Eric Williams, Nico Each, Ross Levine, I'm Joshua Umahi. Revelations is up next for 2 hours. Stick around. Have a good rest of your day, everyone.
The views expressed on air are not necessarily those of WHPC, its management, or Nassau Community College. Responsible opposing viewpoints will be considered by emailing them to whpc@ncc.edu or by mail at WHPC 1 Education Drive, Garden City, New York 11530. Thanks for listening to the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.